The 2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Los Angeles Lakers at Staples Center. And for Los Angeles, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. Well, the Raptors have a good collection of scorers that can create their own shot when they want. If you're the coach, Shaq, and the game's on the line, which Raptors getting the ball?
I'm going with DeMar DeRozan. He can create space with his athleticism and get a shot off against anybody, Ernie.
Well, I'm going with Kyle Lowry. He's shown time and time again that he has the ability to knock down shots, and big ones at that, in tough situations.
I'll take either one. That's for sure. Almost game time. We'll see you later.
Raptors are out of Toronto and into an interconference game. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. You take a look at Los Angeles. These guys have been getting it done pretty much everywhere in the midst of a good stretch here. Back home again could propel them to another win.
And when I look at the Lakers, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
And, I don't think they need to wait for the offseason to start making some changes. I think they can start the rebuilding process right now.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the small forward position.
And guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
On defense, Toronto. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
And, when you only see a team twice a year, Greg, it's hard to really get a good understanding of who they are or a good feel for them. And oftentimes, that can lead to a series split.
Now, here's Lowry, following the shot by Roy Hibbert. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Valanciunas has got his second bucket.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Russell kicks to Bass. He feeds it to Hibbert. Lakers passing it around. Bryant gets a wide open look.
So, you look at the Raptors and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of this game.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
And, guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Outside DeRozan. Passes it to Valanciunas. Fades away. Bryant with the rebound. Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. Now, here's Lowry, following the miss by Kobe Bryant. Dishes to DeRozan. It's stolen by Bass. Goes up. Trips down the breakaway slam.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
Now here's Lowry. Out to DeRozan. Shoots the three. And again, no good by Toronto.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Russell with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Kobe, that's good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Suns.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. Seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
The Lakers in the lead. Russell dishes to Bryant. Hibbert with a screen on DeRozan. Young with no one around. That three off the mark. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
Clock is at 3. Unloads from 13. And it's DeRozan missing.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
And he gets it to go.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
And Toronto has possession, following the bucket by the Lakers. 16 feet away. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Bryant against DeRozan. Russell with a wide-open look. And the three off target.
You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense. Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
Here's Russell looking for his first basket still in this one.
Timeout call for the Lakers. Ladies and gentlemen, Laker girls.
Check out the numbers for DeMar DeRozan. 4th in free throw percentage. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And, you know, he's been deadly from the charity stripe. Phenomenal asset to have on your team, a dead-eye free throw shooter.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. A new group in now for the Raptors. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. Terrence Ross is checked in for DeMar Carroll, and it's Joseph in for Kyle Lowry. Now, here's Clarkson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. There's the feed to Brown. Takes the three, and he gets it to go. Brown's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Joseph, the pass to Ross. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Ross with the steal. And oh, here we go with Ross. Nobody back. That evens the score.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
Here's DeRozan. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
Well, I can't see how they'd come to any other conclusion. I mean, we have a good look at it on the replay. The clock's still ticking when it left his fingertips.
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah, and that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. And really, a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And, guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Brown out there with Randall. Then there's Robert Sacre. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Williams at the 2 spot. That free throw good from Randall. 2 straight seasons of no playoffs for the Lakers after last year's miss. Not what they were hoping for.
It's going to be a growing process, Kevin. I mean, they had a young team and an injured superstar in Kobe both years. Hard to make the playoffs in that situation.
And the Raptors making a change here. Carroll's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And guys, for the Lakers, you'd have to go back almost 40 years to find a time when the Lakers missed the postseason in back-to-back years. Fortunately for them, they won 2 titles in the next 6 years after that.
He used that pick to perfection. Ross has got the lead up to 3 now for Toronto.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And it's doubtful that the Lakers will win multiple titles in the coming years unless something drastic happens. Still, this is a franchise committed to success, and they'll do whatever it takes to get back into the postseason.
Johnson, good.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Now, here's Clarkson. Defense right on him. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Sacre.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting. That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Williams. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Lakers lead by 1.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
Look at the hottest teams in the league. These squads have knocked down everything in the last 10 games. The 4th spot held by the Lakers.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Brandon Bass is checked in for Randall. Young comes in for Brown. Bryant is checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Russell in for Clarkson. Raptors also changing it up. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Scola. Patterson comes in for James Johnson. And it's Lowry in for Terrence Ross.
Well, I tell you, the Raptors really were befuddled with how that series went. I mean, they just never got things going and became the first team to get swept with home court advantage in the playoffs since 2011.
Patterson, a screen on Russell. The drive by Lowry. Here's Patterson. And again, no good by Toronto.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Kobe with it, picked up by Joseph. Unloads from 9. Here's Bass. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
The field goal percentage has been bumped up into the high 50s now.
And when you're shooting like this, you should be winning. They're scoring with tremendous efficiency.
And Joseph kicks to Valanciunas. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Valanciunas has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jump.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Sacre, good.
Man, their offense is really cranked up in the second quarter.
And their field goal percentage shows that over 60 now. Tough to beat them when they shoot it like that.
Clark, another milestone for Kobe Bryant last season. He reached 30,000 points and 6,000 assists, and no one else has ever done that.
Well, it's rare that you see scores of that volume reach an assist total that high, but I think it speaks to Kobe's passing ability, which is undervalued and overshadowed at times.
Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against Utah.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He went over the offensive plan, and that hinges on running through Valanciunas. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And Russell gets it to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Left side, DeRozan. And another basket for Toronto.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Russell kicks to Young. Puts it up from 17. Carroll with the rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Valanciunas with a screen on Russell. Lowry dishes to Patterson. Here's Valanciunas. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
The first free throw is good.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
The Lakers making a switch here. Black's checked in. Valanciunas hits them both.
And for Valanciunas, he's been working on his defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development.
DeRozan against Bryant, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Kobe Bryant is such a great all-around player. I mean, if there's one thing people don't talk about, it's his passing. He's 4th overall in assists amongst active players.
And going back to Kobe Bryant, guys, he had to learn the same thing that Michael Jordan had to learn on his own. To win championships, you have to trust your teammates and not take everything upon yourself.
Yeah, Kobe learned from the best and played with some of the best. So you can't ask for a better way to spend a career.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Lakers. The Raptors also changing it up. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Johnson in for DeMar Carroll. Both shots good from the stripe.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
The drive by Lowry. It's deflected, but he stays with it. Scola kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Clarkson. And it's Lowry again missing.
Not really necessary with nobody on you. I mean, why put yourself off balance on that shot when you're wide open?
It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Guarded by Scola. Black, no good.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to 3 on the bucket from Lowry.
Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
Well, he's fearless. I mean, there's nothing that concerns him. No matter what the matchup is, he's a guy that doesn't back down. He's beyond being intimidated.
Here is Bryant. Here's Russell. Drills the three-pointer. Russell's got 5 points now in the quarter. And we've reached halftime in this one. Lakers ahead, leading by 6. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the number one thing you need to do in the second half to try to get out ahead and break this thing open?
Well, number one is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got a style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Their defense is getting flat out embarrassed. Embarrassed, however you say it, Ernie. I realized they had to deal with a team who was red hot most of the first half, but that's an excuse. You know what? They got to be aggressive. They got to step up on that D. They got to prevent that. They need more effort, Ernie.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Los Angeles leading by 6. So for Toronto right now, Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the small forward. Kobe can't hit.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Right side, Russell. Young up top. Bryant against Lowry. Kobe kicks to Hibbert. It's stolen by Valanciunas. One-on-one here. Here's Carroll. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Carroll's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Toronto.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
Kobe kicks to Bass. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Hibbert missing.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Over to the left wing. Lowry against Russell. Fires top of the key. Misses off the left iron.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And the rejection by Valanciunas.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
It's DeRozan with the drive. And it's Russell with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
With some arc. And Bass kicks to Hibbert. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Goes up again, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
And, you know, for Brandon Bass, such a big asset to Boston last year, and they're pushed to make the playoffs, especially after the Celtics had traded away several key veterans. His toughness, his strong mid-range game, that all helped.
And going back to Brandon Bass, he was Boston's only enforcer down low once Sullinger went out with a broken foot. At that point, Greg, no one thought the Celtics would make the playoffs, but Bass helped push them in.
And last season, one of the most meaningful in Bass's career in terms of his contributions really counting toward the bottom line. A lifetime role player, the outcomes of many games last year were swayed by how well he performed.
Screen by Valanciunas. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from DeRozan.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Williams passes to Bass. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Bass has got 7 points.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
The turnaround J. No good from Valanciunas.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Ross with the steal. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Valanciunas with a screen on Randall. And DeRozan. Here we go. That's good. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through DeRozan. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. The screen from Brown. They set the screen for 3. Williams, no good. And Toronto will come the other way. Joseph with the ball. Williams picks him up. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
DeRozan's really playing well. He has 12 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
It's his first trip to the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
Young's checked in for Brown. Both free throws good from DeRozan. Lakers were awful in a lot of aspects last season, and their play at home was a major one. Greg, they just couldn't do anything at home, and I think the fans were giving up hope as well.
And given how pricey those Laker tickets are, Kevin, it was a lot to be salty out in Laker land. So can't be a bottom dweller and charge that much per seat.
Just 2 to shoot. On its way from Young for 2. Los Angeles with another miss. Toronto trailing. Here's Ross. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. They set the pick.
You know, the Lakers were a bottom dweller last year. I mean, their home record was 12-29, guys. That was tied for the second worst mark in the NBA.
Feeds it to Williams. He kicks to Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And you know, guys, a lot of the problems for the Lakers at home last season was with their shooting. They had the lowest three-point percentage in the league at home. Not exactly friendly bounces for them.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. He nails it, and we're tied up. DeRozan's got 17.
And Luis Scola setting a really nice screen that time.
2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for
it. Williams against DeRozan. Picked by Randall. Young dishes to Clarkson. Outside Williams. Drops one in from the wing. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Screen by Scola. And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. Ross on the wing. 4 on the shot clock. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Lakers lead by 2. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Boys. Hold on. Hey. Hey. Boys.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Brandon Bass is out there with Roy Hibbert. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Kobe. And it's Russell in at the point guard position. That's the Laker 5. Screen by Valanciunas. DeRozan. An easy layup after coming off the pick. DeRozan's got the game tied up here for Toronto.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Puts one up from 19. Bass can't get it to go.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
DeRozan's shot is good.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
LA's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Russell against Lowry. Uses the glass to finish the layup. That's 7 points for D'Angelo Russell.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high-percentage looks.
A big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. Clark, with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And for the Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the #2 overall pick in the draft. Getting a quality big to add to a roster with Kobe is huge. It made them a player, again, I believe, in free agency.
Bryant, that's for 2. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Patterson, the screen. Here's DeRozan. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. 25 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And, you know, when it comes to the Lakers, they're always going to be players in free agency if they have money. It's still a marquee franchise in the NBA, one of the top 2 or 3, no doubt. When you have high draft picks and money to spend, people want to play for you, and not to mention California is an attractive destination.
Mark, one thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
And that one's good.
And talking about Lowry, going to Toronto was a godsend for him. I mean, he had clashed with a number of coaches early in his career. His hard-headedness had been working against him. But in Toronto, he learned how to buy into a system and save the wrath for his opponent.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
Pass to Kobe. Bass with the screen. Kobe, the pass to Bass. Shot on the wing. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist.
And for Lowry, he's been on fire the past couple of seasons. He's shown toughness, leadership, and the instinct to make winning plays on the court at both ends.
The dish now to DeRozan. Five to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot off from the baseline. And another basket for Toronto.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carroll. Young's checked in for Jordan Clarkson.
Nick Young.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. To the middle. Here's Hibbert, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And both free throws good for Roy Hibbert. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Lowry with the ball. Outside DeRozan. To the middle. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Roy Hibbert picks one up.
Some good play from Valanciunas in this one. He has 8 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
Los Angeles, Jonas Valanciunas. Taking 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
Raptors leading by 4. And here's Lowry. Screen by Valanciunas. And DeRozan at the basket on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 5 here tonight.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
.156 left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Now Lowry. A floater. Got a hand on it. Up top, Russell. Here's Bryant. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
There's a minute 34 left in the game. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 6th assist on the night. 1:25 left to play here in the fourth. Kobe dishes to Bass. Toronto grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Screen by Valanciunas. The 3. The shot by Lowry, no good.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And it's DeRozan at the elbow. The fader. And right through it goes. And now it's an 8-point Toronto lead.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
And so they foul intentionally. And the Raptors with the ball. And there's the pass to Lowry. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
That's a hard pass to make when the defense has that many people in the paint.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and they go to the intentional foul.
At the line for the Lakers, Kyle Lowry taking 2 shots.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Left side, Brown puts up a 3. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And so they foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Lakers, Terrence Ross. 2 shots.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So both teams changing it up here. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. There's 14 seconds left in the game. Here's Clarkson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Los Angeles, Kyle Lowry. 2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Now here's Williams. It's Brown on the wing. Takes a 3. Can't connect. And so it's Toronto winning this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, you were able to impact this game on both sides of the ball, making some nice passes, playing good defense. How did you feel about your game?
I just want to stop the basket. You know, I want to do anything it takes to win, help my team win. Tonight, it was passing the ball. My shot wasn't falling, but, I had too many turnovers, but I passed the ball well, and we got the win. That's all that matters.
Kyle, thank you. Kevin, it's not only about the offense.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
Well, DeRozan is capable of just going off on any night. His leadership, though, that sets him apart right there. DeMar leads by example, and his team feeds off that good energy.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. Everything he put up was going in.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.